Okay. Here we go. Okay, YouTube or Facebook, whoever has to be looking at this. Usually I cover up the back and pull my screen down. You can't tell where I'm at, but I don't care. I'm going to respond to what I said I did Saturday and Sunday. I went to a scammed casting call. That's right, it was a scam. It was for a casting call for a thing called reverse addiction. Now I'm going to show this sheet they gave me Sunday, but I have a checkered past, so we're not going to go there. But what they did, they tried to work a pump on me. So I go to this casting call, and I was prepared for them to ask me for money and all this kind of stuff just to see how legit it was. They never did. They told me how much they liked me and they wanted me to do this, they want to do that. And they kept working the pump, and I'm thinking, this is a pump. This is a scam. But they never closed. Never closed. Not one time did they close out. So, this might be legit. And they said, would you come back tomorrow and talk to our director? And I said, well, yeah, I'll come back tomorrow at 12:30. So, I went over about an hour early. I got excited, you know. And that's the way the pump works. And I wasn't thinking, because I haven't had a pump worked on me in probably 30 years. Especially successfully. It's just not going to happen. I know what a pump is, and I'll explain that later. But I thought, you know, usually they should have closed it out, and I would have been known what was going on, and I would have busted their ass. Nope. So we go back the next day, and I wait till about 2 o'clock till they call me 1:30 or so. So I've been sitting outside, and all these other people going in, coming out with smiles on their faces. And I go in, and they sit down. And, you know, remember, when they did the thing yesterday, I did a reading. And I didn't think about it, but they never videoed the reading. That's a big red flag right there, because if somebody's going to test you and have you read something, two things need to happen. One, they need to have sound set up, and second, they need to have video set up, or they're useless. So we know right away I wasn't paying attention, and I thought this was a pump, and they're talking to how great I was and how this was that, and they were really excited. The problem is they never closed, and I haven't had a 2-day pump worked on me or even worked one in, I don't know, 40 years maybe. So I wasn't expecting it. So I go back for the second day, and they said, well, you know, you don't have any experience in the video and TV industry, and we've got all experienced actors already hired for this movie we're doing. So our director's agreed. He's you know, heard what we told him about you, and he's agreed to have a little bit of a schooling for you. Now I'm going to show this close up here. Let's see if you can get a look at it. Can you see it's in reverse? Alright, this is the paper they gave me. And I don't think you'll be able to read it. It'll probably be in reverse. But anyway, I'm going to read a few things. It's TSQ Entertainment. T-Square is what the people at the hotel were calling them. Well, you can't find that anywhere on the web. The instructors are Chris Elliott, who is director and writer, they told me. Amatullah King. I can't even pronounce the first name. Special advisors. Week 1. Now, this is really good. You're applying to be an actor in a thing, and they want to teach you week 1. Introduction to art of filmmaking. Long shots, close-ups, lighting effects, and set decoration. On and on and on. Discussing the screenplay. Practice of breaking it down. Director of music. Just a minute. They're just going to have to wait. Director of music. Other things. And I'm going, wait a minute. I got friends of mine that are actors. They don't give a rat's patootie about screenshots, lighting effects. That's not their job. That's the director's job. That's the lighting department's job. That's not the actor's job. So, red flag goes up. So I said, well, how much is this going to cost? Here's where the hook comes. Now, they've done the pump, so they pumped me for 2 days. How great you are. And by the way, this is what a pump is. A pump is where you go to a sales pitch and they pump you to a certain degree that you are actually smarter than they are. And a lot of times you'll have a child with you and they get you in a position where you don't want to say no because it makes you look bad in front of the child. And this was a pretty good pump. Not good enough to get me, but it was close. So I told them, well, I'm not willing to spend much money, you know. And so they give me a piece of paper. It was like $300 down and $2,200 or $25, something like that. Some ridiculous figure. Oh, yeah. So I said, well, I can't spend this kind of money. I said, by the way, why would I want to take these? I said, do you know what I do? Well, no. So I showed them pictures of all my cameras and studio equipment and lighting and everything else. Oh! Then they started backing up. Now, what they did was, they really didn't want me, and now I was having fun. Now I'm having fun because I know it's a pump. I know it's a con. It's a scam. Now it's time for me to play with them. And I told them, well, I have 50-something cameras and I have all this stuff and I have all that. I'm an expert in sound and lighting and video. And I have a lot of equipment, don't get me wrong. I might not be an expert. And I was on, oh, we might want the director to talk to you. Oh, they might want to collaborate with you. Oh, no, she started pulling the money. And I should have took the paper that had the figures on it but I did get this. And this is really pretty bad. So, there's a video online that they refer to called Reverse Addiction. And I tried to research where it came from. Multimedia Inc. is who did it, and I researched them, and the closest I could come to was some guy named Papa, hold on a minute, let me get this name. Some guy named Papa Ness, and he might be a perfectly legitimate guy. And I looked at the video was shot several years ago. They're going to release this in 2017. Well, they're not even going to bring it out. You're not going to finish filming until after 2017. But it's RDI M&M is a logo on the video. And if you type on YouTube Reverse Addiction Trailer, you will see the video. And none of these people come up anywhere. As a matter of fact, they said this fella named Papa Ness shot this at a place called Sharks in Raleigh. So I researched Raleigh. The only thing I could find out was a place called Sharky's in Raleigh. And they never heard of this fella. So I made some other inquiries, some other bars in Raleigh. Have you ever heard of a place called Sharks? No. Have you ever heard of Papa Ness? No. So it goes back to the internet. Now I did find that RDI is multimedia, and it was someplace out of Arabia or somewhere. And what they do is they sell videos for you to use for promotion. And I'm wondering if that's what this was. This is, when you see it, and the lady made the comment, well, they're shooting video now that they'll have to have actors in it. Which, you know, that's a common practice. There's no reason to chase actors down if you've got scenes that you need to shoot that don't have actors in it. I mean, so why have the actors there? But this is a bunch of crooks. And if they're not crooks, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, they're crooks. They work the pump. They're trying to sell you something. I'm going to attach this video to wherever I can, and I'll get back with you because my daggone phone won't quit ringing. It's probably some kind of sales idiot calling me again. But listen, thank you very much. And at least you know what happened this weekend. It was a bunch of crap. It was a scam.